What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I'm going to be upgrading my car stereo for my 2010 Honda Civic. So we're going to be installing these Dasaita's 9-inch car stereo that is designed for 2007 to 2011 Honda Civic. If you want to get one for yourself, make sure to check out that link in the description below. So let's go ahead and check out what's inside the box. So as soon as we open the box, you will see the installation guide or steps and also the user manual. And this one here would be the actual head unit. It's a 9-inch screen Dasaita unit. And you also have the backup camera here. So it comes with all the necessary cables that you need so you can install it. So I will do a follow-up video on this, how to install this camera. And then these are all your cables or connectors that comes with it. I believe this is the audio video. And you also have 2 USB ports here that you can connect on the stereo. And I believe these are for the camera. And you also have the external microphone. And these are all the power cables that you will connect behind the new unit and connect it to the actual car itself. And you also have this trim panel, removal tool, and also some zip ties. Okay, so first off, we're gonna have to remove this trim right here. I have something here. It's like, I think it's part of the alarm system, so I took out the screw and removed these, so we can go ahead and remove this panel. So it's pretty much hold on by some clips. So we're gonna pry this open, using the tools that came with it. So we're gonna take off these clips so we can remove this panel. There you go. Alright, so the next step after we remove the plastic panel here, we have 1 screw here that we have to remove. We'll go ahead and remove these, then we're going to move on to the next step. So after we remove this screw, from here we're going to go ahead and remove this panel off. Pretty much just going to pull this out. You can just pry everything out. There you go. Pull it, and I believe there's going to be some connectors right here, so we're going to make sure to remove that. And so that's right here. So we're going to go ahead and unplug this thing right here. Let's go ahead and all right, so this is what we're going to need to unplug. So you just push this pin right here, then it will release itself. And then down here, there's going to be this cover right here. So we're just going to use a flathead screwdriver or your removal tool to kind of pry this open. Same thing here on the other side. There you go. So just pull that tab down. And we can use this, and then that's it. So we're gonna remove this, and then underneath, so that's gonna be wide open right there like that. And then I think the next step, we're gonna go ahead and pretty much pull this whole assembly out. Okay, so after I pulled out the plastic piece underneath, or the cover, I forgot there's 2 screws, one here and one over here. I started prying all these panel, it won't come out. Then that's how I realized that I have to remove the 2 screws. So I already removed one of them. I'm just using these small socket here because it's kind of hard to use any Phillips screwdriver, even the short ones. it's on there really tight, so I'm using a ratchet so I can remove them. So yeah, don't forget you have 2 screws under these. So there's one there and there's also one right on this side. So we're gonna remove that and we can start pulling out the actual head unit. So we can now easily remove these, and just be careful because we still have all the connections from the back. Let me go ahead and figure how to remove these. Perfect. So we already remove pretty much the head unit. So what we're gonna do right now, pretty much we're just gonna disconnect everything from the back of the old unit. So just gonna remember which one goes in where. So you also have another one here, and that's the inside of the old head unit. So what I'd like to do whenever I'm installing something, doesn't matter what it is, especially if I have to unplug something, I always take a picture of it so that way I remember in case I have to put the old one back on, or even installing the new ones. You always want to see where each wire goes. So I will go ahead and take a picture of these, and pretty much so that way I can remember which one goes where. Even down here. Perfect. So I will go ahead and start removing all of these, then we're going to test fit the new head unit. Okay, so we have the old unit here, and this is going to be our new head unit from Dasaita. So what we're going to do now is we're pretty much going to transfer some of the old components that came with the old head unit, like the AC unit, controller, and also we have the vent here, and we also have pretty much the hazard switch, and also we have the airbag light here. So those are the things that we have to transfer over to the new head unit. So let's go ahead and do that now. And also don't forget to remove these nubs right here. So just get your prying tool, or even a flathead screwdriver. We're just gonna pry this real quick if I can get it, because we're gonna have to transfer it over. So remove that, and same thing with these. There you go. So that way mainly we can just transfer it over to the new one. So after that we can just remove these. This is the whole assembly for the AC unit, and then we're just gonna move it over to the new one. But before that, we're gonna keep removing all the components that we need to remove, like the vents and also these two things right here. So what we're gonna be doing next is we're gonna start plugging everything in. So let's go ahead and flip this over. One that we're gonna plug in will be pretty much the power cable that goes in the back of this new head unit. So we're gonna plug that in, and then don't forget, I believe this one here is going to be the antenna for the radio, so make sure plug this one in. Cool. So we got that, and then the next one that we're gonna be start plugging in would be, I believe these are the audio in and audio out connectors. So we're gonna slide it over to this one right here. So, all right, so I believe I got this one right. So we got that, and then the next one we also have some, I believe, some USB ports. If you want to plug something on the USB, that's this one right here. So we have two of these USB ports that will go pretty much right on these two connectors right here. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use this, so I'm gonna hold on to this. And then on the next one, I believe this one here is for the camera, so it also goes on these connectors. And then also you have your microphone right here. So we're gonna find the connectors, or I'm gonna run this one first, I guess, and then we'll go from there. And just keep in mind on the new head unit for the SRS airbag light, you have to remove this that came with your old unit. So you have two screws here that you have to remove so you can transfer over the new or the existing airbag light, like these ones right here. So you have to remove these so you can put this back on. Okay, and also a safety tip, make sure whenever you guys are putting back the screws, don't go crazy on them. It's plastic, so you can break it easily. So just do it slowly. Don't go overdo it, because you can easily break that plastic. I pretty much installed everything, the vent. I also installed the airbag lights and the hazard switch, and also the AC panel. So we will go ahead and flip it over, see how it looks on the other side. So that would be how it's gonna look. All we have left would be the knobs for the AC. So we're gonna install it, and then we'll move on inside the car, and we're gonna find a place to run the mic, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what I did for the microphone, for the external mic, so I'm probably just gonna attach it right here, or it comes with a adhesive tape in the back. So I run my wire pretty much going in there, and came out this way, and I pretty much zip tie. So what I did, I zip tie the bunch of cords here, so that way it kind of makes some space inside of it. And I have the other end here so I can plug it in. And for the two USB, I have it down here. So it came out this way at the bottom, so hopefully I can put the cover back. And then it's pretty much just right here. So I'm just gonna plug everything in, but first let's see, I think it might be a good idea to put this cover back and see if I can close it with this cable of the USB cable hanging out. So let's go ahead and try it on. Okay, so I didn't really like how it looked where the USB was down here, because you can't really close or put this cover back on. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna run this one here on the side, and it goes inside the so I'm just gonna pretty much leave it hanging inside the glove compartment, so because I know I would barely use this one here, but just in case if I need to plug in a flash drive to watch a movie or something, I will just leave it in there. Okay, so I got pretty much everything connected. So you got the USB cable, and we also have the microphone right here, this black piece. And I got all the connectors for the power, auxiliary, and also the cable, radio cable. This for the radio, this is the power, the big gray ones, and this one right here in the middle will be the auxiliary ones. We just have to plug in this hazard airbags and go. So we still need to plug this in. This brown connector here is for the AC controls, and then this green and blue connector is for the airbag light, and also for the hazard switch. So we're gonna put this all connectors plugged back in, and then we are ready to put everything back in place. Okay, so before we put everything back, I pretty much just put the radio there. We're gonna make sure everything works, so we're gonna turn it on and see. Cool. So everything works so far. Everything looks good. Data loading. Alright, so we know that the radio works. You can hear. So let's find a connect. Let's see how we change channels here.
The elected representative of the people. So it's representing the will of the people.
Alright. So at least we're getting some radio signal. I think what it's trying to do right now, it's scanning whatever radio station we're going to get. Let's try that.
Some of what Elon.
We're on FM. Let's see here.
See all the work.
Let's find an actual. Okay. All right, not bad. Cool. So at least now we know that it works. We're gonna continue on the install. Mono, stereo, perfect. And then let's press home. You got radio, you got your CarPlay, you got your setup right here. So perfect. So we're gonna put everything back together real quick. At least now we know that it is working. And let's move on to the next step. Alright, so we got everything back in place now. So I just make sure everything is secured. So we are now gonna put back all the panels. Make this thing fit. Make sure that this panel back, and then remember we're gonna have to put the 2 screws down here. Okay, so there you guys have it. It's now completely installed, so everything works fine. Been trying the radios. CarPlay is great. The only thing that I will probably follow up on is the backup camera. I haven't installed the backup camera yet, so I will go ahead and do a follow-up video on that. I wired everything in the back already, but I have not wired the actual backup camera behind the car, so I will do a follow-up video on that. But aside from that, everything was so easy to install. The radio looks good. You know, I like how big the screen is. The sound quality is actually a lot better compared to the stock ones. So it's definitely a big upgrade. Connecting your phone via CarPlay or Android Auto was really a breeze. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these. So you guys can check the link down below for Dasaita's store on Amazon. You guys can also use my code to save some money. So aside from that, thank you for watching. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you feel like this video helped you some way installing the radio on your Honda Civic, or help you decide whether to get an upgrade for your car stereo. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.